I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes, such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Now here's Harden. Fires in the triple.
And we know Harden possesses endless range, letting it all hang out right there.
Basket's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket on the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Harden with a bucket.
So dynamic with the ball. Durant showing his versatility with that dish.
Pass to Giddey. Back to Williams. It's Dort on the wing. Soft touch off the glass.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
It's stolen by Durant. Pass to Harden. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Missed inside. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 12-4 run.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And it's blocked by Ibaka.
When it comes to the timing, Serge Ibaka has that in spades. What a great sense for blocking shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander double teamed. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Giddey. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And so it's Durant who brings up the ball for the Thunder. 6-point lead. Pass to Cook. And here's Durant. Over Williams. Durant's shot is off.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Lets it fly. And that one's long. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Holmgren. And it's good. 2 points.
A sturdy move from Chet against that defense that was closing on him.
Three-pointer, Harden.
James Harden
Gets the three to fall. Harden's got 15 points.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip. Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Second team foul.
All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And I don't know if everybody's getting in this block party flow, but that's what's happening tonight. They've done a great job of being aggressive on all the shooters.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Ibaka. Crafty move.
Serge.
And he drops it in from the low post.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Here's Oklahoma City now. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Cook. There's the three. Here's Durant. Westbrook left side. Back to Harden. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Westbrook taking his time here. Outside for Harden. Goes up again. And the jumper is good. Harden's got 19 points.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And stolen by Williams. To stop the run. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
First team foul.
And the defense is always going to be told, look, you got to get physical with Chet Holmgren. He knows that, so he's ready for it.
Both free throws good from Holmgren.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. James Harden.
Know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside the defense. Pretty lost.
And yep, it's good.
Not backing down from anyone. Hayward looking determined to score on the intense coverage.
Here's Harden. Rejected by Holmgren. It's Hayward on the wing. Here's Joe. Down low. Williams misses.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
He rifled that one in from distance. Harden's got 22 points.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Now here's Harden. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. A shot from the high post. Pass to Cook. Takes a three. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
3 points.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City gets it back. Out to Hayward. To the right side. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Here's Harden. And he gets it to go again. He's connected on 10 of 15 now.
Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, getting it done inside. Harden proves he's more than just a perimeter
Oklahoma
player.
City foul.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder are making dramatic improvement. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, now an all-star, says they're gaining confidence. He said, quote, "We know we're getting better. I think guys are kind of getting addicted to that feeling and continuing to grow." Brian, they could be building something really special here.
Yeah, you're right. They could. Skipping no steps either. Thanks, Allie. So it's the Thunder now. Right side, Harden. Launches it. Oh, the Thunder, another three.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
No, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
For Phoenix, the loss to the Timberwolves.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they look like the better team.
Now, here is Harden. Kept alive. Here's Harden on the wing. Hangs home the trifecta.
And nice dime from Zubac. His floor awareness is solid.
A two-time Finals MVP, Kawhi Leonard. And Brent, he's shown he can dominate at the highest of levels.
And And when he dominates every facet of the game. At his peak, Kawhi is one of the most impactful players this game has ever seen.
Harden draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Suns with the ball. And first time out. Here's the Suns with the ball. It's Beal on the wing. A good portion of their scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
Kevin Durant.
And that one's good. Durant.
Bradley Beal.
And Beal continues to be that guy where he opens your eyes with his playmaking.
Pass to Leonard. Lets it go with a three. And another three for the Clippers.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter's feel, but not who you want to leave open.
Here is Durant. He's covered by Leonard. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Really easy catch and release, Jay, from KD.
Back to Booker. Believe it or not, the regular season is almost over, Greg, for teams that are out of the playoff picture. What's important now?
Well, I think, Kevin, first you need to self-evaluate. Check out your roster. Who do you keep? Who do you let go? And then once you figure that out, you start thinking about which guys to bring in.
Nice play, George, creating for others, just manufacturing some points.
Pass to Booker. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Clippers.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start. I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Here is Durant. Booker with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Booker's shot is good.
So dynamic with the ball. Durant showing his versatility with that dish.
Booker, right side. And the dunk by Booker. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Back to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. Rebound by Nurkic.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And after being one of the worst teams, Brent, in the NBA for so long, the Clippers have really turned things around, haven't they?
No doubt. I mean, a season ticket to the cellar for many, many seasons. But moving into this building, getting a little bit of juice, getting some stars in here, will become a competitive contender over the past few seasons. And it all has to do with the ownership. And that shift has been fruitful for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Now, here is Harden. Devin Booker missing his last shot.
Name of fame. The beard got it down pat. Harden gets to the line.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. You seem to be very focused on that end of the floor. Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now Harden. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Back to Harden. The shot's good on the assist by George. 14 points for James Harden.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Phoenix shooting their first shots of the night from a charity stripe.
It's always interesting. Free throw shooting consistency at a high level. That's an attribute that Devin Booker shows off every season.
Down low, Zubats. Outside, George. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to go.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And so Allen will bring it up for the Suns. Trailing by 10. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Devin Booker, a shooting guard that does have some point guard skills.
And a big part of Grayson Allen's value is his ability to space the floor.
Well, I'd say that's his biggest utility offensively, is that he goes to find the gaps in the offense. He chases space, and he's capable of knocking them down.
Here's Beal into the lane. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play. Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first two shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. We all know Achilles injuries used to be career-ending. Kevin Durant says Dominique Wilkins was one of the first guys who came back the same. It was a motivation and gave me confidence that I could do the same. And now Wilkins says KD has really taken hold of this and become the spokesperson for this injury. So we're passing the torch. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, passing the torch, David. Thank you so much. The Suns need to get a shot off. It's Durant with the drive.
Yeah, I don't think KD's going to panic with any offensive opportunity. So cool in that possession there. Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
And the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Stolen by Harden.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
18 feet out, and too long on the shot.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand.
And he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back with an in-your-face stuff. Back to Booker. Pass to KD. Puts up a three. And with the rebound. Clippers leading by 6. Last season, GA, the Suns trading tons of picks, plus good young players, all for Kevin Durant.
And then this summer, trading for Bradley Beal. It's clear they're going all in, constructing a super team to try and bring Phoenix its first NBA title.
Here's Tice. And Tice throws it down.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
No good from Booker.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And here's Harden for 3. That's good, and it's Harden with the assist. Harden's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation. Tries a 3 off the inbound. Rebound by Nurkic.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Beal with the steal. The wide open look for Durant. And he's good on the 3-ball. Durant's got 11.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Harden. He gets that one.
You can't lose Harden there. He slipped inside there and made them pay.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And GA for Bradley Beal. Finally a chance to contend with these Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, for so long, folks wondered how long he'd languish in a losing situation in D.C. Now he has an opportunity to play into June.
A 3 from Leonard. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Looks like he's got more feel tonight. Like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go. Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Kicks it out to Harden. Over Booker. And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead.
With the score, your Clippers, 41.
Trying to mount a comeback. One side trying to protect their lead. And it's Harden with the ball for Los Angeles. Sinks that one from the post. Harden's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Los Angeles. Durant in the corner. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Phoenix turns it over again.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here is Harden. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got 25 points in the game.
And one of the top scorers in the game. Harden has an innate gift for creating his shot.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you talk about explosive scoring. Wow, Devin Booker, Brent, one of the most explosive players of all time.
So awesome to watch him when he gets rolling, Kevin, and that can happen in like 3 seconds. He's got such a great flow and control of what he can do offensively.
Harden with it. Makes it off the glass. 27 points for him.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Outside, KD. Pass to Beal. Back to KD. 4 on the clock. That's good. And so Beal with the assist. KD's got 13.
Yeah, pull out your dictionary, look up the term pure scorer. You might see a picture of one Kevin Durant.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The transfer of the Phoenix Suns last season to new ownership ended a tumultuous chapter for the team and for the league. The new leadership aggressively made the trade for Kevin Durant last year and for Bradley Beal this summer. It's a great roster, and the Suns' $4 billion sales price reflects the sense that this Phoenix market is one of the sleeping giants in the NBA. Kevin?
I agree. On the rise. David, thanks. Allen outside. Back to Booker. Outside, KD. And then Durant with the top.
Yeah, not going to get over on KD here. If you give him a chance to attack the basket, he'll be at the rim.
Pass to Nurkic. Out to KD. And the Suns tap down 2 more. And Greg, when things go crazy, coaches are often the first to go. But how often does that improve things?
Sometimes it goes the opposite. Is to turn over the rock.
And George gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
2 minutes.
Booker looking around. Outside, KD. And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. From deep, Harden. Beal pulls it in.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
.121 left to play in the third. Durant drains it from distance.
3 points.
KD really just rising up against anybody. That height and length makes him so dangerous.
And the Clippers, one of the more efficient three-point shooting teams, Greg, in the NBA.
And Kevin, really over the last decade, that's been one of their most consistent traits. And it's not just because of talent. They're smart about the shots they take.
A second chance effort. A shot by Harden, wide open. And out again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
KD can't get it to go.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
KD on the wing. To the paint. KD on the wing. Booker outside. Back to Durant. The rebound by Paul George.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Pass to man. And here's Leonard from 3. James Harden getting it done for the Clippers. Suns trail by 12. Here's Booker driving inside. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. It's Harden with the drive. Phoenix grabs the miss. And now Beal pushing it up and going back to stop him.
Yeah, you got to find Bradley Beal even in transition because he's going to get out there and fill that lane.
To the inside. Harden surveying the D. There's the drive. And the jam by Harden.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Allen. To the middle. Good ball movement here by the Suns. For 3, Durant. Clippers leading by 10. Here's Tice. Right wing. Here's Man. Offline with his 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
It's Durant on the wing. Back to Booker. Nurkic trying to get open.
Kevin Durant.
A nice shot by KD. And now it's 27 points for KD.
Now that's a devastating move off the dribble. Durant getting to his favorite spots at will.
So, Greg, when you think about the Phoenix Suns, what do you think fuels them the most?
Kevin, I mean, the fact that they had a 2-0 lead in the 21 NBA Finals and lost. This team is really battling to get back to that stage. And if they do, they want to take care of business this time.
Leaps for it. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Man. On the wing, Harden. Here's Man.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Inside. Booker outside. Back to Durant. 5 on the clock. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
Phoenix foul.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
All game long, they've just done a great job of keeping the pressure on the defense and penetrating with the pass. They've gotten everything inside, and they've converted there.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. A 12-point game.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, Aaron pass.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And there's the call on Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
That'll be his second foul of the
Second
game.
personal foul. Third team foul.
1:56 left to play in the final quarter. Leonard. It's rebounded by Durant. Suns trail by 12. Leonard with the steal. Jumps up. And finished off by Leonard.
And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Outside Beal. Outside for Durant. Allen outside. Suns keep it alive. Five to shoot. Durant for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George with the ball. He's picked up by KD.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Clippers.
Fourth team foul.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under the belt. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
Allen outside. Booker outside. Back to Durant. They could use a bucket. And he nails the jumper.
Well, Booker doing a good job that time instead of looking for the shot, looking for a teammate.
Harden with the stop.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And here's Booker. Pass to KD. Over Tice. Off the left rim and out. So it's Los Angeles win this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
The opening tip goes the way of the Rockets. They'll have it first as we're underway in Houston. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. The challenge defending a guy who could either run or two.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden into the front court. Lead is 2. Here comes the screen. Harden to Capella. It's a big finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Blocked away!
That one's in the 15th row!
Huge denial. Leonard. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, they could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Harden, his first effort, off the mark. George against Tucker. From long range. And Paul George nails it from downtown.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Rockets in control of the basketball. The drive, right to the basket. James Harden, 2 of 4 now.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
George to Beverly. Paul George. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Harden. Shot off the mark. Good defense. George. Paul George. 2 for 2. That's what you want. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drive.
Making changes. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Beverly to Williams. 4-3. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
It's LA Clippers ball.
Mismatch.
Works it. To Paul George. Beyond the arc for 3. He has scored 11 points. He's knocked down 3 threes. What a start.
He's on pace for 44 points in this ballgame. You probably want to limit his touches and actually start contesting some shots.
Harden. For 3, And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Paul George, he's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up. In the first quarter.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. George had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. Harden. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Deep three at the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. That ends the first quarter. The Rockets with the lead. Set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Westbrook into the front court. Down by 1. 2-point shot for James Harden. The screen sets him up for 2.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Leonard. It's Harden with the rebound. Houston takes over to P.J. Tucker. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
And it's Capella with the rebound. To Harden. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended. To George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Harden, tough matchup against George. Gets to the basket and scores.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
George against the former MVP. Here's a chance from long range. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Capella gets it in the left corner. Lets it fly from long range, and he burns them.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes the game.
Number 23. Clippers have the basketball. George, he was all over him. Westbrook across the timeline. Leads 3. To Harden. And scores. Nice footwork to get around the defender.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
George. That one off the mark. It's no good. Westbrook into the front court. Leads 5. To Harden. Fires the 3, and James Harden, not sure why he was so wide open there.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Even to Zubats. Pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Westbrook. Harden. Off the mark. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Leonard. To Paul George. From long range, he continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
George. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Beverly. Harden with the rebound. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
That's it for the first half with the Rockets in front. Set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. George, well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Man, that was a tough shot.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. To Harden. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay. Leonard. The rebound belongs to Houston. That's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Clippers with the basketball. George here against P.J. Tucker. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Harden. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
George, add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here comes the screen. Goes reverse to lay it in.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Off the assist.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Well defended. Beverly into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Harden matched up with Paul George. 4-3. Smothering D. George, he's on the deck. Great sacrifice. To Gerald Green. Fareed to Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. No good. To George. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Harden. Rockets have the steal. Harden knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Harden. For 3. Ooh, he'll take that.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
It's Rockets ball.
Hey, double screen.
Screen coming. It's Harden. Jumper's good.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Kawhi Leonard not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Harden with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Here comes the screen. Harden. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Deep 3. At the...
Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Third quarter comes to an end. The Rockets way out in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
P.J. Tucker rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Paul George, 4-2, and he drains it.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
And he knocks it down.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
And count the basket inside.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Russ at the controls. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Harden. That right there, Jay, his 8th three of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his follow through.
George to the basket, but it won't go.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Harden. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's in the hands of James Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Harden. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Harden. No good. That's great defense. Goes to the left side. P.J. Tucker tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Harden. Nice pass to set things up. Kenneth Faried powers it down.
You know, it reminds me of a story of
right now. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Faried. It'll stay Clipper basketball. It's George for two, and that's rebounded by Houston. Harden with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Fires the three, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Russ at the controls. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Harden. The screen sets him up for two.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden. And it's Beverly there to grab the rebound. Kawhi Leonard. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Harden against Paul George. Down the lane. Shot won't fall to the outside. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Westbrook.
Stepping in for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 23, Louis Williams.
Gets a look, can't hit. To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
Even to Zubac. Sends it away. Westbrook.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
That misses with Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.